Hello YouTube, this is Journito. Today I picked up Pinnacle PCTV HD Mini Stick. This you can watch high definition television either over the air or by cable television. And so far I've been using this for about a week and a half now, and works really good for $18 as I picked up from Radio Shack. Actually kind of surprised because there's so many bad reviews on Radio Shack's website that this is horrible and whatnot, and works great. But I'll do an unboxing here, even though I already unboxed it, but I'll re-unbox it. And this comes out like this. This comes out. And then this. First off, this is the miniature remote they give you. It's actually very small. I mean, it's really small for a remote. Got these numbers on here as I couldn't really turn to a channel using the numbers, I don't know. Power button, that's also a power button that switches the Pinnacle's CD-ROM that they give you. They give you a program on it to run the USB. And this switches it on, essentially. Also has a mute button, channel up and down, volume, menu, record, rewind, pause, fast forward, stop, and question mark will give you the information that is on the program that you are watching, and also the signal strength of it, which is kind of useful. And this is what they call their high definition television antenna. That is the top of the line technology, and this is beyond future tech according to them. While it really is not, it's just a little tiny antenna. It extends that much, not that much. And this antenna is not really the best antenna you could buy, that's for sure. I tried using it. I could pick up like 3 or 4 stations, about another 4 stations I could not receive with this antenna. It also has a suction cup so it could stick on like a window, or in my case wood. And you could really ink on this. Really hard to pull off. Real good suction cup. But other than that, it being able to move, it really isn't that great of an antenna, based on my opinion. I live like 5-6 miles from the broadcast antennas, and standing outside, even visually seeing the antennas, you couldn't even pick the signal up. It's kind of sucky. So I also bought a high definition television antenna by Radio Shack. Picked it up for $12. I'm not going to unbox this one, but that's it right there. Kind of a slanted view. And I also have the USB. And that pops out. It's not very big. It's as big as my thumb, basically. Pretty small. Works great. Does get kind of warm, though. When I plug it in and use it for about an hour and a half, it does get kind of warm. That is the connection plug. It's kind of a different plug. But the Pinnacle people give you an adapter. So that goes into that, and that'll go into the antenna. And it also gives me... Let me unscrew it. There. A cable plug. You could watch cable television with this plug, or in my case, I could just plug it into my external antenna there. With this external antenna I picked up at Radio Shack for $12. It's, I think, like an affordable antenna or something they call it. It's a weird way of calling it. Makes it sound like you're a poor person for buying it. But it's basically called an affordable antenna or something. But it picks up the signal great, to tell you the truth. It picks it up like 3 times as better as the antenna they give me. But I will go in ahead and give you a comparison and show you how everything works on the laptop and everything. So be right back. Alright, so this is my laptop. And something else I forgot to mention about what comes with this is a tiny little user manual. It doesn't say too much, just has a little bit of information of what's included and how to use it and how to install it. You plug your CD into the computer and you run it. Also gives you, obviously, the CD. That's the installation CD that will make the USB adapter work with either Windows Media Center or the Pinnacle TV Center Pro. I have had problems with Pinnacle TV Center Pro. Sometimes it freezes and gives me this weird message and it closes, so I usually use Media Center. It works great. The volume is louder on Media Center than it is on Pinnacle TV Center Pro, but the remote does not work. I mean, the remote really isn't that good with the signal part. I'm trying to flip stations. Sometimes if I'm holding it right here, or if I'm holding it back a couple feet, the signal doesn't work. But I will plug this into here. That beeps. I will plug the wonderful high-tech antenna they give me. It goes into there. I'm just going to use Media Center right now, because the Pinnacle TV Center Pro gives me a lot of trouble, and the volume is normally not too loud. And I go over and click on Live TV. It loads. While it's loading, a little blue light will come on here in a minute. There it goes. Loading. This is like the only station that comes in right now, kinda, maybe. I am in my basement right now, just saying, but still should be able to pick up the signal, but in a couple seconds, it'll realize that there is no signal, but it takes a while to actually realize it. Obviously, there is no signal. These are the stations I get. I get 46.3, 12.1, 12.2, 34.1, 34.2, 40.1, 40.2, 46.1, 46.2, and 46.3. These are the public broadcasting stations. 46.3, 2, and 1, those are PBS. 12.1 is WBNG along with 12.2. 34.1 and 2 is WIVT. 40.1, 40.2, never could receive 40.1 for whatever reason, but 40.2 I get watch Family Guy and all those good shows. And right now Monk is on. Oh. Interesting. But anyways, we'll hit stop. That's with that little antenna. Now we will plug in this very long antenna that I bought for Radio Shack for $12. Not a half bad deal. And it falls off, because I'm not a professional. Down there. The loop antenna part I found really does help. I'm actually quite surprised because I could remove the loop and the signal almost completely goes away. But if I take the rabbit ears off, I can unscrew them and take them off. The station comes in almost just as fine. The loop seems to really be the one that does the trick, so wouldn't really suggest buying rabbit ears. I'd buy the loop and the rabbit ear combination. But I will go ahead and I will click on 46.3, the exact station I was just watching, with this antenna, and it shall play. Of course, I'm downstairs, so... Scallops. There, kinda. Have to move it. Come on. They are not bay scallops, which are There we go.
much smaller. These are sea scallops, and when you get them in your grocery store, or if you go to the fish store, you want to ask for dry sea scallops, not water injected. Dry sea scallops will brown beautifully. Water injected sea scallops will never brown. So these are beautiful.
As you can see, the video quality is perfect. Almost. Just fine. Just had to move the antenna a little bit. So I'd suggest buying the $12 Radio Shack antenna unless you live right underneath a transmission tower. And this product works amazing. I found no problems with it at all, and I will post another video of how one of some of the TV shows that I receive on it. And this is Journito. Thank you for watching.